Little bit discouraged with the way that this season has started, a little discouraged with how, off to an 0-2 start. But, last night was a way more entertaining game than the night before. At least it was more entertaining than opening day. Opening day, you go down 4-0 to start the entire thing. And then it's hard, right? It's hard to come back from 4 runs in the first inning and get your offense going. Last night, got to go against Framber Valdez. Framber Valdez, another one of the best lefties in Major League Baseball. I thought they hit Framber pretty decent yesterday, but not like overly that well. They had a couple of opportunities that they failed to score runs on, but you know what? They were able to knock Framber Valdez out of the game. They were able to give their bullpen a lead, and unfortunately for the bullpen yesterday, it wasn't, Estrada didn't get the job done. Now, I think a lot of people want to talk about Craig Stammen and whether or not he should have used Estrada there instead of somebody else. They already used Morejon earlier in the contest. You don't have Jason Adam, so you kind of have to go with a guy like Jeremiah Estrada. You're going to pitch Bradley Rodriguez in that particular situation at this point in the season. Young guy, pitched the night before, throw him out there in the 8th inning to inherit a problem. I don't see that being the case. I don't think you put David Morgan in that position yet either. I know you got a really good bullpen, but that's a spot for Jeremiah Estrada to go out there and show why he belongs at the back end of the bullpen. And last night, he almost showed why he shouldn't be back there at the back end of the bullpen. So obviously a tough one to start the season with, 0-2. But as I mentioned before in the show, I thought it was going to be tough for the Padres to beat the Tigers the first 2 days, but I definitely thought they were going to win tonight. I thought they'd go 1-2 this opening weekend, going against a couple of left-handers that the Padres have not had a lot of success hitting, left-handers in general. And then on top of the fact that you had major question marks with the starting pitchers that you were throwing out there. Although I thought Michael King pitched well yesterday. I thought Michael King pitched really well yesterday. It was definitely, I would consider, a bounce back from what he did in spring training when he was coming back, obviously, for some injuries and stuff like that. But I really like the way Michael King pitched yesterday. Overall, the bullpen, aside from the 1 inning, was pretty solid. But you got to get it comes down to one thing again when it comes to the Padres, and it's you can't walk people. You can't walk good teams and think you're going to get away with it. And the Padres on opening day walked too many people, killed them in the first inning. And then yesterday, late in the game, you walk the bases loaded. And when you continue to not throw strikes, when you have to get a strike in, you're going to get tagged by some of the better hitters in Major League Baseball. And that's happened to him twice now. And at that point, again, too, it knocks away, it takes away from your offense. I mean, your offense sitting there going like, hey, we got 2 on Framber. We got the lead. Our bullpen is our biggest asset. And now it's like, oh, now we're chasing 3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's where things go awry. But Frank, I know you were at the game last night. I from what I saw last night, I thought Michael King pitched well. I thought too many walks killed the Padres. And the bats, as much as they've gotten a little bit going, they need to really get it going even more tonight against Jack Flaherty to try to get a dub and not get swept in the opening series.
Yeah, King was good through 5 innings. 5 innings, 82 pitches, struck out 6, walked 4, and that's the big thing. You had 4 walks on opening day. Not necessarily that you had that many walks. It was when you had them. You had 3 of those 4 walks in the first inning.
Yes. That
ended up loading the bases. And now you spread out 8, and once again, you walk the bases loaded again. And Wandy Peralta is going to get so much flack for what happened last night. Those were all on Morejon.
Estrada.
Yes, on Estrada. All 4 of those runs are on Estrada. If Peralta was not the one that walked the bases loaded, that was on Jeremiah Estrada. So you cannot expect a pitcher to come in a bases loaded situation when the other team has all the momentum. And let's give credit where credit is due. That was a big league at bat that Kevin McGonigal had last night against Wandy Peralta. That was a huge at bat, fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch. This kid is 2 games into his major league career. You would have thought he was at least 12 years into his major league career with the poise that he had in that moment to put together that kind of at bat and be able to drive in the two of those runs to give the Tigers the lead last night. That was a huge, fantastic at bat from him that was able to get the Tigers the lead and eventually the win. But yeah.
Unfortunately for the Padres with McGonigal, I mean, they're the first team that actually have to face him and see him. And he's going to have success early in his MLB career, like we've seen with a lot of these really good rookies, right? Like Jackson Merrill, like Fernando Tatis Jr. And it's going to take some time for teams, especially, once teams in their division start seeing this guy over and over again, the league's going to make the adjustment back to McGonigal. And then after that happens, that's when you really see if a guy can stay in the big leagues or not. But right now, he's off to a great start to his career. 625 batting average right now in the first couple of games, 1542 OPS in those first two games. And you're right, it's not like he's just dinking in little hits here and there. I mean, he's roped it, but also the at bat yesterday, you mentioned it. That's a big league at bat that you don't see at a lot of rookies, grinding it out, waiting for your pitch, keep fouling off the stuff that you don't want. I mean, you see the Dodgers do that a lot. You don't see a lot of other teams in Major League Baseball have success doing that. And McGonigal did it last night and did it in a very big spot. Again, I agree with you. It's not that's not on Wandy, man. That's on Estrada and walking the bases loaded. And you look at the runs that were given up. Those are nobody gave up an earned run last night except for Estrada. Yep, and he gave up four of them. Mm-hmm. And that was in the eighth. Again, another crooked number issued by Padres pitching that kind of deflates you at the point of the game where it happens. It's not like it, they took a 5-2 lead and it's like the third inning. They took the 5-2 lead in the eighth inning, top of the eighth inning, and now it's, let's change our plans a little bit. But yeah, I don't think it's, I saw a lot of disgruntled fans last night on social media talking about I don't think it's on Craig Stammen. I mean, who do you want to go with right there? I mean, you guys got to play. Mm-hmm. Your guys got to go out there and play. Estrada's on this team to be one of the guys in the back end of the bullpen, and he's got to come out and perform. And if he doesn't perform, then you got to start thinking about somebody else getting there. Maybe David Morgan gets an opportunity. Maybe Bradley Rodriguez gets an opportunity. But when at that point in the game, you already used Morejon because you used them earlier. You would think it was going to be Estrada being the guy because I like, I got to go back to see exactly when Morejon came in terms of like the overall lineup of who he was facing.
He came in to face McGonigal, Dingler, and Meadows, and they ended up pinch hitting
Meadows with Veerling.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, but you had him come in to face McGonigal, right? I mean, McGonigal is the kid. That's the kid that's been killing.
Wait a minute. No. I'm sorry. My bad. That was the next inning. King pitched into the fifth inning. It pitched into the sixth inning.
Right.
He came in for Zach McKinstry. He came in for McKinstry, Green, and Torkelson, and they subbed McKinstry with Jahmai Jones.
That's right.
That was what it was. It was 3,
so he
4,
comes
5.
in the meat of the order to and I don't mind that with Morejon. We talked about Morejon being the biggest asset to this team. I mean, because he is the most important piece of the bullpen, which is the best asset to this team. You can use Morejon in ways like that, and I like Morejon coming in to face that part of the order. I think that, again, the way to, I don't want to say criticize, but the way to judge Craig Stammen and managerial decisions, you have to put yourself in that situation at the time, right? Mm-hmm. You can't go back and look at it hindsight, because I'm sure hindsight now, they're going to say like, I don't want Estrada out there. Of course not, because he gave up 4 runs. But here's the reality of the situation. He is your best reliever. That is the meat of their order that has done a lot of damage against you. He's coming in for King, right? I like the move to go to Morejon right there in that inning. Now, here's the other thing with Morejon. He ends up giving you 2 innings worth of work. I'm pretty sure he surrendered that run that King allowed, right? That runner to reach, but then there was an error. And the Manny Machado error on what could have been a double play. It slipped out of his glove, and that run came around to score.
That was Jahmai Jones.
Yes,
that was the first hitter he faced. That would have been a double play, but it turned out being that error, and Gleyber Torres, the lead runner, ended up scoring in that inning.
Right. So that was the one run that Michael King gave up. I mean, King had 4 walks too. That's too many walks. I mean, you look at overall. You mentioned the 8 walks. You got 8 walks issued, and you're only working 2 walks, that's bad news.
Yeah.
You have 8 walks issued, and you've punched out 12 times on the offense, also not good news. You're not winning the free pass game. You're not winning the 90 feet game that's built within baseball. Those numbers need to be better. I mean, you look at everybody that pitched for the Tigers, and the Tigers bullpen is not better than the Padres bullpen on paper, but the Tigers had 5 strikeouts out of Valdez. De Jesus had 2. Finnegan had 2. Jansen had 3. I mean,
I don't know what they were doing against Kenley Jansen last
at that
time.
point, it was like, all right, game's over. Let's get him tomorrow, right? But overall, just the start of the season, you could say what you want about Craig Stammen. You can say what you want about maybe the team, the personnel, all that stuff. It's been 2 games. I mean, if you want to start looking around, I don't want to compare us to other teams out there, and we do got to take a break, but the Astros are 0-2 against the Halos right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're off to a rough start. The Giants, I don't know what time they start today, but the Giants have yet to score a run.
Yeah.
They've been shut out by the Yankees for 2 straight days. So there's a lot of that going on in the first weekend of Major League Baseball. I mean, you're going to have a lot of weird scores. You're going to have a lot of weird games. And the Tigers come out of the gate swinging so far. And here's the other thing, too. Like, our friend Annie Halbern posted it to her, as she lays out, to my better judgment here, posting this, and she posted a picture of the National League West standings. There's only one team in the National League West that actually has a win right now, and it's the Dodgers. They have 2. Nobody else in the division has any wins. So it's 2 games.
Does that mean the Rockies are still in second?
It's possible. Yeah, I gotta have to go look. I didn't see the standings there. They might be because I think they're only 0-1.
That's a potential. Yes,
yeah,
it is.
They are. They're only a game and a half back behind LA. Everybody else is 2 games back behind LA.
See, and we all counted the Rockies out. Look at that. Meanwhile,
get your bets in for Rockies to make the postseason.
Meanwhile, the National League East, first division in Major League Baseball history to have every single team win their first game.
They're all 1-0.
Yes.
Nobody else has played extra games, too. That's crazy.
No one has ever done that before.
That's also amazing.
No other division has ever done that before.
They're all going to make the playoffs.
Yep, all in.
All in. Somebody's going to get short end of the stick and complain that they can't make it because there's not enough wild card spots when the Brewers under 500 win their division. The Cardinals are in first place, too.
Yeah. And
I don't think anybody's having a parade yet for the way the teams have played.
And they're winning right now, 2-0, bottom of the 4th inning.
They were playing a team that we thought was going to come in last, but that's besides the point. We're out here at Far Corner. It's going to be a fun day today. Come on out. We got a lot of great giveaways today that we're going to have in a giveaway package. You have to be present to win. Got to fill out the card, if you will. We got 2 tickets to the game on Monday against the Giants. We also have a Joe Musgrove signed baseball. We have a Michael King bobblehead. And we also have a Padres belt bag. Seen a couple of those out already. I know they've been, one in Oceanside won it the other day. Hopefully he walked into the ballpark with it. We've
confused the poor attendant as to how the heck you have that already.
Yeah, my friend did that too because we got some of those extra ones.
Yes.
So she had it yesterday. Like, do you want a scarf? No, I already got a scarf. What do you mean you already got a scarf? Don't worry about it. Where'd you get that? Don't worry about it. How did you get that already? I thought that was Monday's giveaway.
What'd I say?
Stop asking questions, dude. You time traveled.
And I think we're giving those away, right? Hamby, we're giving all of that away at the same time, right at the end of the show. Yeah. So it's not going to be like the way it was at Baja Rick's where it's throughout the show. That's going to be at the very end of the show. All of those
and you
coming
get
out
all
at the
of
same
it.
time. Yes.
It's a prize pack. So you're going to get 2 tickets to the Padres game on March 30th. You're going to get the Michael King bobblehead. You're going to get the Joe Musgrove signed baseball, and you get a Padres belt bag. Got to be here, present to win. Go talk to Hamby, our guy Jeff over here. Fill out a card, hang out until the end of the show before Gwen and Chris, and try to win a prize. It's going to be a fun day out here at the East Village Block Party. We should have – I don't know why we didn't do this. We didn't think about this. We got to get you out. I got to see if you can throw harder than Sam.
Oh, I'll be
what was Sam? What was Sammy Lev's MPH?
You
got to text him.
I just saw part 3. I didn't watch it though. He was at 68 or 69.
He wanted to break 70,
he was
right?
Almost there, yeah.
Do you think you can outthrow Sammy Lev
in 3 pitches?
I mean, I bet you probably did in 1, but
yeah,
you got to get a couple warm-up pitches in there.
100%.
Did Nate say 64, 66? Is that what he got?
66 is what Rod's saying. So, yeah.
We might have to film that during a break or something, or after the show.
Absolutely. After the show, 100%.
Yeah, I want to see what I can get. Hopefully it's above 60. I don't know where my arm's at right now. But they have that. They have a wiffle ball home run derby thing that you can sign up for. You can go try to hit home runs off of some crazy wiffle balls. You got But we got like crafting over here. We got some crafting. You can make your own little swag chain.
Yeah.
They got a lot of the cruisers out. They got live music, DJs. They got a live band down there. I saw they were doing like a yoga class when I was walking through this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they got a bunch of different stuff all day long. It's the East Village Block Party. It's on J Street. We're here on J and 10th at Far Corner. When we come back, we'll talk more about the Padres opening in the season. And I want to talk a little bit more about Randy Vasquez because I think Randy is going to have a good day today that's going to set up a very good year. We're here at Far Corner. Appreciate you guys coming out. We'll talk to you and talk with you about Randy Vasquez when we come back. And the Braden Surprenant Show live at Far Corner in the East Village on 97.3 The Fan. San Diego FC might have just got a reality check, and it came fast. After that incredible win over Toluca in the first leg, it looked like San Diego might make a serious run in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. But in Mexico, a completely different story. Toluca dominated San Diego 4-0, outshooting them 27-3 and ending their tournament run just like that. And the struggles didn't stop there. Back in MLS play, San Diego gave up another late lead in a 2-2 draw against Real Salt Lake. And that's now back-to-back games where they couldn't close it out. The offense is still there. The talent is obvious. But defensively, discipline, focus, and finishing games are becoming real concerns. For an expansion team, this is part of the process. But if San Diego wants to be a top club, these are the games they have to start winning. So now the question is this just a bump in the road or the start of a bigger problem? From a historic night to really a reality check, it's been a tough stretch for San Diego FC in this beginning part of the season. And the momentum from the dramatic Champions Cup win didn't carry over. In the CONCACAF Champions Cup, San Diego's run came to a hard stop with a 4-0 loss to Toluca in the second leg in Mexico. Despite winning the first leg 3-2, SDFC was overwhelmed. Toluca outshot them 27-3, dominating possession and control throughout the match. Goals from Jesus Ricardo Angulo, Paulinho, and Jesus Gallardo sealed the result, sending Toluca through on aggregate. For San Diego, it was a reminder of the gap that can still exist between the MLS side and the top Liga MX competition, especially on the road. So leg 2, Frank, a little bit more coming back down to earth.
Yeah, and this is what we more or less expected. We didn't expect them to get completely dominated, but as we were saying on the show last week, after this happened, this was Toluca making sure that they, one, did not make the same mistake that Pumas made from a couple of weeks prior by going into Mexico. They still won, but didn't win by enough to be able to advance, but also not making the mistake that they had made the week prior and losing to a San Diego FC side that was riding high on a lot of momentum and positive forward movement. Toluca really shut that down quickly.
Back to the MLS side of things. So after that loss to Toluca, again, reset back to the normal schedule of the MLS. Problems didn't really go away. San Diego settled for a 2-2 draw with Real Salt Lake, making their second straight draw and third consecutive match without a win. And once again, it was a late collapse.
Yeah, San Diego led 2-1 after a late goal from Anders Dreyer, but conceded in the 85th minute when Victor Olantunji found the equalizer, and things unraveled further from there. Defender Christopher McVeigh was sent off, leaving San Diego down a man, unable to push for the winner. And this now marks back-to-back games where San Diego FC has given up late goals, including a stoppage time equalizer in Dallas last weekend. So it has been very, very tough. We're seeing a lot of fouls being committed. We've had, 4 red cards in the last 3 matches for San Diego FC as well in all competitions. So it has been a very, very rough patch for San Diego FC after getting off to such a hot start that they did, not just in the league, but in CONCACAF as well.
Yeah, this week exposed something important. San Diego FC is exciting, but not yet complete. The attack continues to produce. Players like Dreyer, Marcus Invarksen are consistently creating chances, but defensively the cracks are showing. Late game focus is slipping. Discipline is becoming an issue. Multiple red cards in recent matches, as Frank was mentioning, and the team is struggling to close out games. And head coach Mike Ibarra said it best: if you want to be a top club, you have to handle the grind. And right now, San Diego is learning that lesson in real time.
Yeah, and it has truly been a grind. I mean, we brought it up a couple of updates ago. They're playing 5 games in 16 days, so they're playing a lot of football right now. But San Diego State, you got to find a way to overcome that because you're not the only one doing it. Every other team in the world has a stretch where they're playing a lot of games over a short amount of time, and they did. If you watch that game, especially towards the end, they look whooped against Real Salt Lake. They look tired. They looked worn out. So that might be one of the bigger concerns, is that a team that you're not really used to seeing being gassed looked very gassed on Sunday.
Well, they've been playing 2 games a week for the last couple of weeks. So that's obviously a big reason why they are gassed. But now here's the good news. Looking ahead, a reset is coming. San Diego heads into the international break, sitting 4th in the Western Conference with 11 points, still very much in a strong position early in the season, and they don't play until a road match against the San Jose Earthquakes on April 4th. I mean, they got a little bit of time now to kind of relax a little bit and get the bodies right before they make another push. So the broadcasting live at Far Corner here in the East Village. Great time, great day. It's a beautiful day outside. I mean, we have been blessed with the weather these last couple of days. Now, next week, I'm going to go to I'm shipping up to Boston to go to the Padres Red Sox series. The weather it might snow on Saturday. Come on. Baseball is back.
Yes,
and I got to do with snow potentially. That's not fun. I'm not looking forward to that. Let me tell you, not looking forward to that. Yeah, we got to try. That might be it. Yeah, there it is. We got to get the hot spots back open. Yeah, I think that's the other one too. So we are broadcasting live at Far Corner because baseball just tastes better at Far Corner. Brought to you by Coors Light, 2026 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. I do want to talk about Randy Vasquez a little bit. I think we can find a block down there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We're halfway there.
Halfway there. You know what? We're already off to a better start because we didn't dip our headset in the water. Did they mention that on air,
yes,
or did I just out Ben?
No, they did.
Ben was a circus, dude. That guy was trying to. He comes in, so I got the background story. Is that the headset?
Yes, this is the one.
Yeah, I can't wait for whoever brings it back. Have fun, Scraby. Hey, I don't know why his headset doesn't work, Mike. Why this headset's not working? Oh, that's really odd. Let me take a look at it.
Presser's having a fit right now if he's listening.
For any reason, did you guys, Paul, Scraby, Braden, Frank, did you guys ever, submerge your headset in water?
No.
No, I don't think we did. No, I don't think so.
The people that have to consistently take care of this equipment did not do that.
No, we did not do that.
It's the people that don't always have to consistently take care of this stuff that did.
So I got the story from Paul. So, they came down here. I've been staying down here the last couple of days. Got a great deal on a hotel down here. So it's been nice to just kind of cruise over. The mornings have been great. I've been way less stressed having to find parking, which is like the worst. And so the morning guys that were parking at meters and all that fun stuff, right? So Ben was bragging about how he's like, oh, well, I got the app. I'm going to go on the app and all that other stuff. And then his timer's running out, and he was trying to add to his he had to go feed the meter. He tried to do it on his app, but he couldn't do it. So he rushes out of here on the second to last segment of the show. He takes his headset off and he puts his headset into his glass of water on accident, with the entire microphone submerged in the glass of water as he ran off to go feed his parking meter. Can't take this guy anywhere, man. That's why we can't have this stuff.
I'm assuming it's a government app.
I have no idea what type of app it is.
Well,
I'm sure Ace Parking, I guess. I don't know.
If we're expecting the government to do anything properly, that's always a bad bet.
I know. I took the trolley yesterday with the thing.
Yes.
I scanned it 15 times. Oh, you're good. Never took money off my account. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to fight this too much.
Lovely.
I'm going to take my ride up the Embarcadero here. Charisma in the YouTube chat, which game are you going to? I will be going to the game on Saturday against the Red Sox, because Friday opening day at Fenway Park, believe it or not, it's actually very difficult to get tickets to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is, especially with 5 of us. So decided to punt on that. I think we're going to do some history stuff instead.
Perfect.
The whatever they do, like a trail or something like that. We're going to do that on Friday, then Saturday we're going to go to the game.
Like I said, when I went to Baltimore, when you made it halfway.
I wouldn't even say halfway.
Yeah, not even.
I made it to Salt Lake, and then
half the trip. I wish I
was Grandpa Simpson.
I wish we would have gone another day. I wish I would have stayed another day just so I could do all of the.
Go see Camden Yards.
Yeah, like do all the touristy, like look at all the history.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's tough on the Army Navy trip to do that because you're on such a tight schedule, military style schedule, that you can't just go venture out. Plus,
wish we would have taken the extra day though.
As we know, back at studio right now, our boy Nick DiNucci is from Baltimore.
Yes,
there's probably a lot of streets that you were not allowed to walk down anyway. I think DiNucci told us that a couple of times. So
yeah, I think so.
I say we got a band playing.
Yeah,
now.
we're getting.
It's getting loud out here.
Taken over by the live music.
We're having a great time though. We're here at Far Corner. It's brought to you by Coors Light. They're handing out some Coors Light. Hey, Birdland. Freedom Trail. That's what I'm doing. Jake in the YouTube chat. I'm doing the Freedom Trail.
Birdland.
Come on down early. There it is. Out of the way, Nick. Danuch loves it, dude. Our resident Orioles fan back there.
Found it quicker than Kyle did yesterday. Fair enough.
Kyle was searching, man.
Yeah,
Kyle was searching. Kyle was locked into opening day. Kyle was ready for opening day. Danuch is excited about his birds. He's excited about his birds. All right, we're out here at Far Corner having a good time. When we come back, we're gonna talk about Randy Vasquez a little bit, but there's a lot of great stuff to do here. We might have Franco out there and do the speed pitch, see what he gets. Yeah, you got to do it.
Going.
You got to do it during one of these breaks. You got to cut in front of some of these kids. Like, hey,
listen,
sorry, 7-year-old. We're doing this for content.
Media talent here.
Yeah, that's right.
Over.
Move out of the way. Move out of the way. If you come down, this is the best part about today. Today's a great day outside. The block party is like a giant farmer's market to an extent. I mean, they got a lot of just different local establishment businesses that are, making, a lot of handcrafted stuff. They got a lot of cool gear that you can buy. There's a lot of fun things to do for kids and everything like that. Plus, you can come out and watch baseball. We got the Cardinals Rays game on here at Far Corner. Cubs and Nats are playing right now. There is going to be some Elite Eight games about to tip off not too far from now. The Ducks about to start against Edmonton, too. There we go.
Mets starting a half hour. My mother's here. We're going to lose her in about a half hour.
Who's more of a diehard Mets fan, your mom or your dad?
Well, the fact that she'll be sitting there watching it while I'm working.
Does your dad like the Mets?
He's not really a sports fan, but yeah, he will root for them, though.
That's unfortunate when you're not that into sports, and then you have to root for the Mets out of all the teams. How are we feeling in Mets land? You all right?
Yeah, feeling all right. We got David Peterson going today against Mitch Keller, so I'm feeling all right.
Wow, Charisma in the YouTube chat's already flying out tomorrow.
Attaboy.
She's got to get out there early to Boston. I'm not leaving till Thursday. That's why I'm off Thursday, and then we don't have a show Friday next week anyway because of the opening day, Red Sox and Padres.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of abbreviated shows coming up. We're going to have a shortened show on Wednesday because the final game of the Giants series.
Are we going to be here for that?
I assume so. The last I heard, we would be at the Loft.
I think we are. To come out and hang out with us at the Loft.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be great. I love these. The live remotes are great. You get to meet a lot of great people.
Yes.
By the way, the gentleman we were talking to earlier, was I acting different or something? Like he was just like, oh, man, this guy's all locked in all the time. I was like, what?
No.
It's too early for this. And then I didn't know if the guy was disrespecting me or not. I'm like, what's going on right now?
No, he was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy. I was a little on edge at first. I'm like,
we good?
Are you making fun of me right now? Are you raising your voice at me?
Oh, God. Nick, drop it.
He's got to find it.
Oh, it's labeled.
He's got to find it. I don't know if he's going to find it in time. Anyway, all right, we're going to talk about Randy.
You're raising your voice at me?
We'll teach him. We'll teach him that during the break. We're going to get Frank Marchese on this speed pitch thing in a second. When we come back, we're going to talk about Randy Vasquez and the start today for the Padres. Should be. I think Randy Vasquez could potentially be that hidden gem in the rotation for the Padres.
Yes.
I think by the end of the season, he might be your one or two. We'll explain next on the Braden Surprenant Show, Standing Number One Sports Station, 97 through the Fan. The NHL is about to have its most chaotic playoffs in years. And honestly, it's exactly what the league needed. Look at who's in right now. The Buffalo Sabres, the Utah Mammoth, Anaheim Ducks are back. These are not your usual playoff teams the last couple of years. Meanwhile, teams like Toronto, Washington, even the LA Kings are on the outside looking in. This isn't just a playoff race. This is a full-on power shift in the National Hockey League. And here's the scary part. Some of these new teams aren't just happy to be there. They're legit dangerous. The Sabres are red hot. Utah has one of the best wild card projections to make a run, and the East is completely wide open. We might be heading toward a Stanley Cup playoffs where the old guards get knocked out and they get knocked out early. And if that happens, it could completely reshape the league moving forward. So the question is simple. Are we watching the NHL change right in front of us, or will the stars like McDavid and McKinnon remind everyone who still runs this league? The big picture, though, Frank, new blood is starting to take over.
Yeah, we're officially inside 1 month to go until the Stanley Cup playoffs. And the biggest storyline right now is that this postseason is going to look very, very different. Teams like the Buffalo Sabres, Anaheim Ducks, Utah Mammoth, Columbus Blue Jackets are in positions to get in, while traditional powerhouses like the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Washington Capitals, Pittsburgh Penguins are barely holding on, and the LA Kings are either out or fighting for their lives. This is not just a great race to the playoffs. It feels more like a changing of the guard in the NHL right now.
Yeah, I'm going to start in the Western Conference as a Western Conference fan. I'll let you talk about the Eastern Conference as an Eastern Conference fan. But out West, it's a different story than what's going on in the East. The Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars are absolute monsters out in the Western Conference. And whoever gets stuck playing them early, well, good luck to try to take on the Avs or the Stars. Meanwhile, the Utah Mammoth are one of the best wild card bets to make a run, and the Pacific is wide open compared to the Central. I mean, you look at this weekend, the Anaheim Ducks really capitalized because everybody else in the Pacific lost and continued to lose. Anaheim continues to play some very thrilling hockey. They won on Sunday night. Last minute, they had a lead early in the contest. They blew the lead, then they had to rally back late. They won in overtime. And with how everything is playing out right now for the Anaheim Ducks and the Pacific Division, it's pretty fun to watch the Western Conference. But let's head out east.
Yeah, absolutely. The Eastern Conference has been just as fun. The Buffalo Sabres right now currently on an absolute heater at 9-1 in their last 10 games. They've played very, very good hockey as of late. A great change to see from what they have been. The Tampa Bay Lightning are still steady, but they're not the dominant team that they have been in years. And the Florida Panthers, who have been the guard in the Eastern Conference, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, are sitting down in eighth place in the wild card. So they're more or less out of it. Wild card race is total madness right now. The Bruins, the Islanders, the Ottawa Senators, the Detroit Red Wings are all fighting for a spot. And the key right now is the Ottawa Senators still have life, but their schedule is absolutely brutal with most playoff teams left. They just beat the Islanders, I believe, on Friday night. And the Islanders did themselves a favor by beating the Columbus Blue Jackets over the course of the weekend as well.
Let's talk about some of the potential matchups that you might see in the playoffs and what matchups might be the best. We're lining up some incredible first-round possibilities. You could have the Stars take on the Wild, which feels like a conference final in round one. You could have the Avalanche take on the Sharks, Macklin Celebrini and Nathan McKinnon, must watch. Sabres and Canadians, insane atmosphere, high scoring. Oilers and Kings again, pure chaos and memes. And you could potentially get the Ducks and the Predators, messy, high scoring, and unpredictable hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, the way it sits right now, as of March 23rd, as we record this, it'd be Hurricanes, Islanders, the 1-8, Sabres, Blue Jackets, Lightning, Penguins, Montreal, and Boston in the Eastern Conference. In the West, the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars have already clinched their spots. It would be Colorado, Nashville, Dallas, Edmonton, Minnesota, Vegas, and then Anaheim, Utah, with Anaheim, your Quackers, getting the home ice advantage in that pairing as well as the number 4 seed at the moment.
Is this finally the year the NHL's middle class takes over? Because right now the league feels deeper than ever. The gap between contenders and wild cards is shrinking, and some of these new teams don't look scared at all. If you're a traditional power, this is the most dangerous playoff field we've seen in years.
Yeah. Lamp. All right, happy. Get them excited. Padres baseball. We gotta get the life in going. Okay, I know they started 0-2, but I think they're gonna get a win today, and I think a lot of it is gonna be because of Randy Vasquez. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant, broadcasting live from Far Corner because baseball just tastes better at Far Corner. Brought to you by Coors Light, 2026 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. The East Village Block Party is fun. I love being a part of this the last couple of years. This is a great setup for us here at Far Corner. Get the energy of the people walking around, people enjoying just a spectacular day in San Diego. And we have a lot of fun games going on right now in Major League Baseball, too. I mean, you look at some of the games going on right now. I mean, how about McGreevy? McGreevy got out of the inning after a walk. He's got a no-no going right now through 6.
It's going to be a combined no-hitter. I think he's at 92 pitches when he finally got out of that 6th inning. So it's going to be a combined no-hitter if it is one.
I don't know if he made his debut here or not. I can't remember, but I remember when he pitched here for the Cardinals last year or 2 years ago, he had a big fan base because he's from Southern California. Mm-hmm. He's from the San Clemente area. And I can't remember if his dad is Judge McGreevy or his uncle or something like that. He's got some San Diego connection that involves the Unidons that I can't remember off the top of my head.
And relative.
Yes, and relative. But he's a SoCal kid. So he's got a no-no right now through 6. We'll see if the Cardinals hang on to that against the Rays. And you know what? If they give it up, I guess because I said it all these miles away, it's forever cursed. Cubs got a 6-2 lead on the Nats right now, trying to even up that series at 1. Blue Jays and A's have just gotten underway. They're scoreless through 2. And we got some other good games coming up later on.
Dylan Cease debut, too, on that one.
Yeah, Cease, man. 2 2/3, no runs. Where was that in the last couple of years?
God.
How many walks has he allowed at this point?
Well, let's take a look, shall we?
Yeah, you could take a look. All right, let's talk about Randy Vasquez for a second. I think, and now here's the deal. I don't know where Joe Bruin came from in the YouTube chat over here, but he watches the show, Joe Bruin. Maybe he's just a big UCLA guy. He mentioned that if Randy Vasquez is your 1 or 2, you're cooked. Well, that's not what I'm saying. I think Randy Vasquez can pitch well enough this season to force the issue to make him a 1 or 2 in your rotation because of the spring he had and because of what he could potentially do on the mound. I think another year learning under Ruben Niebla. And when I talked about this, pre-season preview, I still thought the Padres are going to win. Based on filling out the form, I thought the Padres, before I did that, we're going to have like 86 wins, and then I filled it out with, they'll take 2 out of 3 here, there, that, and the other. I had them at 91 wins, and I had them losing 2 out of 3 this weekend to the Detroit Tigers. Yeah. I mean, it's possible to happen as the Padres have kind of not hit their stride yet early in the season. I mean, last year they came out on fire, and it really built them up for the end of the year. You're going to have multiple streaks throughout the year, winning streaks and losing streaks, and then you play about 500 ball the rest of the way. People always try to disagree with me on that. Just go back and look at a lot of these teams in baseball. There's not a lot of them that play at a 700 clip or a 600 clip. Most teams play around 500 and then have a couple of good stretches in there, and you want to limit the bad stretches and not lose more than 5 games in a row, and you want to try to increase your big stretches of 4 or 5 plus game winning streaks as you possibly can. Now, back to Randy Vasquez. I like Randy. I like the way that he, last year was kind of frustrating to watch him pitch, but I tell you what, the guy was getting a lot of outs. He was learning how to get outs at the major league level, working with Ruben Niebla. He had 2 years of that now. The fact that he has added some velo to his fastball, I think is going to play out incredibly well for the Padres. And we'll see. I mean, he might have a clunker today against Detroit, but I think Randy Vasquez really is going to make some strides, and I think the velo is going to be part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair,
You're throwing Nick off, dude. You gotta give him the full rundown of drops.
I gave him the heads up too. I texted him. Now, to be fair, the Padres offense ran into two of the best pitchers in baseball.
Two of the best lefties in baseball, which they haven't really had a lot of success against.
One of the highest paid pitchers.
To be fair. There it is, Nick.
There we go. One of the highest paid pitchers off of free agency this year. One of the two-time Cy Young Award winner, and they handled Valdez a lot better yesterday than they handled Tariq Skubal.
You got both runs against Valdez. Now one of them was earned, but only one of them was. It doesn't matter. You still got all your runs against the starter. I was kind of surprised that the bullpen wasn't the one that they were able to tag, but at that point in the game, being down to 3 runs, it's again, you look at the scoreboard, being down a crooked number hurts.
Right. Now to Randy Vasquez. He has shown, and we discussed this, I believe yesterday we discussed this, that he has the ability, with what we've seen, to take that jump up to the next level. Was up and down his first year here after the trade. Last year, he established himself as a major league pitcher. Now, it was stressful at times watching him walk as many guys as he did and not being able to pitch deep into games. But with how he pitched over the course of spring training, it showed that he is taking and getting closer to taking that next step to becoming an everyday middle of the rotation, possibly top of the rotation style pitcher. You're not, when you say he could be the ace of this staff, that's not assuming that King and Pivetta and Musgrove, when he comes back, are going to regress. That's assuming that Randy Vasquez is going to progress into that role, which from everything we've seen and how he's progressed over the last couple of years is something that's very, very plausible that he could do.
I think so too. I think he can work his way into that spot, and that's where you have to make up some ground on the money issue, right? On how much money you have to spend and everything like that. I keep going back to that article and it's an interesting bit, and maybe we can get this for Nick to play for us. But everybody's favorite journalist, Ken Rosenthal. He was on whatever Talking Something show. Is every show now in baseball Talking Something? He was on Talking whatever.
We're all talking.
Everybody's talking. Anybody saying anything?
No.
Anybody listening?
Except us.
You don't even listen to me. So
no, I mean we're saying something worth of value.
So he was on Talking whatever, and he talks about the Padres specifically, and he was a contributing writer to that article with him and Dennis Lin about the Padres and the ownership situation, right? Very fascinating stuff about why the Padres are going to sell for a record-breaking number. And it's not like, and what they're saying is, and what the analysis of it from a business standpoint and some other things too, there's the first hit. None other than Caminero.
Off the first pitch by the reliever too.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? McGreevy left and thought, he left with no hits. First pitch out of the bullpen.
He threw a no-hitter.
Oh, he hung it, too. That thing dropped in there. Caminero's on the board. All right. But the interesting part was they think that the Padres selling for $3.5 billion plus. Because that number continues to jump. At first, it was like, it could be like $2.5 billion. It could be up to $3 billion, right? Oh, my God, they might be up to $3.5 billion. But it keeps going up and up and up in this bidding war for the Padres. They don't think this is going to be one that sets the market.
No.
They think this is how valuable this franchise is because of the money they invested in this team, because of Padres fans coming out, because of the location is a desirable location. People want to be here in San Diego. And so they laid out all of the reasons why it's not going to be a one-off. And then on top of that, they also added some teases that I don't know if a lot of people really picked up on. Now, that was the first thing that caught my eye when I read this article. We talked about it on Thursday. But they teased a little bit about the CBA.
Yes.
And if they think what's actually going to happen out of the CBA is they think there's going to be a salary cap, which me and you, I agree. I think however long it takes, the owners are pretty much aligned on this. I think they're going to get a salary cap. Now, whatever the cap is, I don't really care. I've said that to people all the time. I was like, I'm in favor of the salary cap. I've talked to, former big leaguers that I work with in other entities, and, they're always defending their guys because they've been in that situation. I go, I don't really care what the cap is. I just want there to be a cap.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can make it whatever you want. I don't care. Make it $1 billion. I don't care. Just as long as everybody's playing by the same rules in terms of money, that's what I'm in favor for. So they think a cap's getting put in place, which who does that affect the most out of every team in Major League Baseball? Having a salary cap.
Dodgers.
The Dodgers, right? It's going to take them down a little bit more, right? Which
by
means,
the way, I can't let this one go. Bob Nightingale last night. Did you see? I sent you the tweet. Did anyone see Bob Nightingale's tweet last night? How ridiculous
I don't like paying
that
attention to many of Sleepy Bob tweets, man. They do a lot of trolling nowadays.
He drove me nuts with this tweet last night where he said anyone accusing the Chicago Cubs of ruining baseball, they have easily spent more money than any other MLB team this winter, $488 million after Nico Horner's 6-year, $141 million contract is finalized.
They still left a lot on the table, though.
How?
Their percentage of how much money they make and what they put in the team is super low.
Yeah,
Bob.
they're ruining baseball for that reason.
Yeah, exactly.
That they're not spending the money that they make.
They should be spending even more money.
But
it should be percentages of your income is what you should complain about than anything else.
How smooth-brained do you have to be if you're Bob Nightingale to not recognize that the most money that they have spent, they've spent $250 million over the last couple of days on two of their own players. They re-signed two of their own guys.
Hey, you know what? That's good. We honestly, that's not ruining baseball. That's exactly what you want. You want more teams to do that. You want more teams to sign their guys that they drafted, that they developed, that they're on their own, that they signed internationally.
And Bob, he's been a writer for how long? He knows better than that.
I think a lot of these reporters now just like to troll on social media, which I prefer them just to be reporters.
Exactly. Thank you.
But let's go back to that conversation. Okay,
yes,
so they said
Nick does have that audio clip.
We're going to play that in the 1 o'clock hour. But the two things they talked about the most, one, CBA salary cap, correct? That affects the Dodgers, so that's a big factor for the Padres in the same division. It's going to bring them down a little bit, right? The other one, TV contracts. And the TV contracts being centralized where everybody splits like the NFL does.
Yes.
That means an influx of hundreds of millions of dollars to an organization that is currently not getting hundreds of millions of dollars in their TV contract. So not only are the Padres incredibly popular, not only are they in a desirable location, not only are they, a team that fills their stadium each and every day, but they're going to go from not making any money, relatively any significant amount of money in a TV contract, to making hundreds of millions of dollars guaranteed every year. And they're also going to have their biggest competitor get knocked down a notch because of rules. That makes this team so lucrative to potentially buy for the future. And the other thing is, it sets the direction of this franchise north very quickly. That's why I kept telling people this sale is good for the Padres. This is only going to get better for the Padres. You're not going to get somebody to drop $3.5 billion on a team to then not try.
Yeah.
You're not going to see that. I don't care if it's the owner of the Pistons. I don't care if it's the owner of the Warriors. I don't care if it's the owner of AS Roma. I don't care if it's the owner of Chelsea. They're not buying this team for $3.5 billion to not put money into it. They're not going to do that. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Now, I bet you at this point, and who knows what the contracts are. It sounds like they got to get the other bids in, final bids or next round of bidding in April.
The 4th is the deadline. Yes.
April 4th?
Yes.
I could see something where the team, like, the new owners pay $3.5 billion for the team. They pay the $300 million on the debt that's owed, and then the team gets, the team aspect was sold for $3.2 billion.
Yeah.
But even then, influx of money with TV contracts, rules changing in favor of the Padres, and with the Padres fans and the full force of San Diego behind them, this is the best time to be a Padres fan. It is the best time to be a Padres fan The stars aren't going anywhere. And the funniest part is all these national media members that like to troll and everything about like, oh, they're going to have to cut money. They're going to have to cut money. Every single time some more news comes out, it defends our opinions here in San Diego, and it also makes them shocked. I can't believe the Padres are going to sell for this much.
No way.
No way. Wow. What amazing.
It's so ridiculous, and it's so big market sided, and that's coming from a guy who grew up listening to sports talk radio in a big market. I don't see a circumstance right now, especially where the Padres are going to have to sell off some of their major talent. Now, of course, you want them to sell off the major talent because then that puts more stars in New York, in Los Angeles, in Chicago. But I mean, this is where baseball is headed. Teams like the San Diego Padres, are going to be able to start making advances. And fortunately for the Padres, they got on that train a little early, and now they're going to reap the benefits of it.
And I think that's what makes the NFL so great is they're in markets that are not huge.
Right.
And they have success, and every one of those markets has a star or a group of stars that you know when they come to town. And that, I think, makes for a better game. We're going to hear from that clip from Ken Rosenthal when we come back. We'll continue our conversation here at Far Corner. Come on down, trying to win some prizes. We're here for another hour, and then Scraby takes over after us. Braden Surprenant Show. Broadcasting live from Far Corner here at the East Village Block Party. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. We are the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on Saturdays over on Sports Station 97.3 The Fan. A little bit of a specialty show here at the Block Party. And because baseball just tastes better at Far Corner, brought to you by Coors Light, Coors Brewing Company, 2026 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. They were giving away some free samples of Coors Light out here at Far Corner. So come on down, get a free sample of Coors Light. They got Topo Chicos as well. Got some deals here at Far Corner. It's pretty good pizza also. The morning show got a lot of good pizza. Did you try some of the pizza yet?
I have not, no.
Oh, man. We got to get Frank. Come on, we got Pizza Snob here. Did you see some of the pizza they had?
I did, yes.
Yeah, like a blueberry pizza with some pears on there and stuff. Gorgonzola, that looked delicious. I had they had like the regular cheese, but they had like basil and they had a little hot honey on there, some pepperoni too. That was good stuff. He had the award-winning pizza had like what's the term? What the fish eggs was that? Masago or something like that? You don't eat sushi,
it's not caviar.
No, it wasn't caviar.
No,
but it's like
I don't know.
He had that on there with something else that looked pretty good. So might have to get some pizza out here for you guys. Oh, there you go. Oh, we got to try. Yeah, we got to try some of your stuff. We'd love to have some. Thank you.
I mean,
you got to have it for sure.
Well, no, yeah, for sure. I mean, and like I said, I would just do cheese, like just plain cheese, because if you can't do the basics,
okay.
I mean, we gotta.
If I get thrown out of here because you don't like the pizza and we can't broadcast anymore because you don't like the pizza, I'm gonna be upset.
Fine.
I'm gonna be upset. Should see this guy when they brought Kraft Taco for the first time.
Hey,
guy was sweating.
Hey,
sweating over here. Make sure it's good. It's got to be fine. It's got to be fine.
Oh,
all right, we're here at the East Village Block Party. They got a kids band going on right now. They've been pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Pretty fun. They got other bands. They got other activities going on. They had a yoga class earlier this morning. Frank was out there getting his downward dogs in and whatever else they do in yoga. Did you participate in the yoga class?
No, I did
good
not.
Stretch.
No, I know.
Your cat cows in.
There's a couple of phrasing drops. I think we could.
You know what? Nick's asleep back there, dude. I don't know what Nick's. There it is.
You go.
Nick's on it. He's figuring out the drop board. But we do want to mention we have a prize pack to give away today.
Yes, it's a prize
pack.
Yeah, it's a prize pack. It's not like the other day where we're giving out prizes at every break. We're doing this all at once at the end of the show.
Must be present to win. The prize pack is. You come on down here, stretch those natural casings, says Nate in the YouTube chat. You come down here, you talk to Jeff, ask for Hamby, and when you talk to Hamby, he's going to help you out. It's Hamby, it's Vanessa, it's Ava. They're doing a great job setting up for us today. Very nice people. They're not intimidating. Go talk to them, fill out a card, throw it in the hopper, and if you win, we're going to announce the prize at $155.
Yes.
So coming up at the end of the hour, 2 tickets to the Padres game on March 30th. A Michael King bobblehead, a Joe Musgrove signed baseball, and a Padres belt bag. We're giving all of that away in one prize pack, which is great. So got to be present to win. Got to come on down here to Far Corner and fill out a sheet with Jeff Hamby, and we will get you taken care of. I didn't realize on the YouTube over here we got like the cam of like people outside walking around too.
Yeah,
that's great. Hopefully nobody does anything crazy down there.
There's a good amount of people going around. There's a good amount of 4-legged critters walking around here, too. That's hard to keep me in the seat for. But
yeah, there's a lot of dogs. We don't have to worry about trains, though, but there's a lot of dogs. We got our guy Prolific in the house. He showed up. He was wearing the shirt today. Shout out Prolific from the YouTube chat. He came down. He filled out one of the deals. Prolific was like, I didn't even know about the East Village Block Party until you guys said something about it. I'm telling you, come on. It's a little bit different than coming down on a normal game. All of J Street is shut down. You can walk through it. They got a bunch of different kiosks. They got other, gear you can buy, all this stuff going on down here at the East Village Block Party. I got to see if my brother just showed up. I got to see if he can, what his MPH deal is. Get the arm going. Get the arm loose. He's kind of a wiffle ball champion himself. I might see how many home runs he hits at the wiffle ball thing.
I know, right?
There were adults doing that too, so it's not like it was only for kids.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna.
I got to do that after the show.
Yeah, we're gonna light some up here.
Yeah, I got to light up the radar gun a little bit. Hopefully not need Tommy John surgery after the fact.
like I say, you don't. Like
I got softball games on Monday. I can't be blowing up my arm doing this.
I was going to say, like I told Sam this when he was starting doing the thing. I said, you don't need a UCL to talk.
That's true.
To just whip it.
That's true. Doesn't need that. So anyway, let's. I want to get to this. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. We're live at Far Corner. We're talking Padres baseball. When we come back, we'll talk about what's going on in Major League Baseball as well. But I want to play for you what Ken Rosenthal said on, what was it? Was it Foul Territory, Nick?
Yeah, yes.
On Foul Territory, about the Padres and their potential deal and their potential sell, with 4 of the bidders now all being named. And here's what Ken Rosenthal said about the Padres' potential sale and how much they can go for and why they are so valuable.
We haven't gotten to this on the show either, and wanted to get your take since you were part of the article in The Athletic. Where are we at with the potential Padres sale? It looks like they're going to sell for a healthy number.
A very healthy number. And the report that we had the other day, Dennis Lynn and I, was that they are looking possibly at $3.5 billion. It's $1 billion over the previous record, which was for the New York Mets. This is the San Diego Padres. Now, you might ask, well, why is this happening? Why this demand suddenly for the Padres? A couple of things. One, and maybe most of all, there are 4 groups here. Most of them have California roots in some fashion or another. And you're not seeing California teams come up for sale. So that's a rare thing. And obviously, California is a desirable place. San Diego is a desirable market with a beautiful ballpark. But the Padres also deserve credit for putting themselves in this position where they are not really a small market team in terms of at least their attendance revenue anymore. TV is a different story. It's a problem all its own. But by the late Peter Seidler spending all the money that he did and committing to the players that he did, it has transformed the franchise. It has elevated them. Now, you might ask, well, why can't other small market teams do this? And that's a fair question. But MLB people will say Cleveland, their owner, Cincinnati, their owner, Pittsburgh, etc. Those guys do not have the money that Peter Seidler did. They can't operate like that. That might be true. But it also might be true that maybe baseball needs some new owners, and Cleveland's getting one. Cleveland's going to have David Blitzer there at some point soon. And it's a real interesting question, too, Scott, as we get into the CBA year, the labor year right now. And once this deal goes down, let's say the number is 3.2 or 3.0 or whatever the number is going to be. It's going to be above 3, it looks like. Then I'm sure people on the union side will say, well, look, this demonstrates how healthy the sport is. Team selling for $3 million in that market? Come on. And then I'm sure owners will say it doesn't solve any of the competitive issues. This is a unique outlier type of situation. And there will be the usual disagreement, as there always seems to be, between these parties.
Yes, as usual. That'll be interesting, like you said. I want to talk about the rookies. First game of the year for some.
There's a lot out of that I think is very important that Ken Rosenthal talked about. I mean, no, Nate in the chat. Ken was like live at a ballpark, like before a game, like during batting practice, like holding his phone up to his face. So that's kind of how he was filming that. But I will say this. I think a lot of those things are very important. I am watching right now outside at the block party with all these Padres fans hours before first pitch on a Saturday after they lost the first 2 games. And I am watching everything that Ken Rosenthal said that Peter Seidler did.
Yeah,
and that was resurrect this organization. I mean, absolutely resurrect this organization by doing what? By spending money, by getting good players, by pumping money into the organization and into the team. And now his family is reaping the benefits of what is a high-level franchise in terms of how much it's worth. I mean, you want to get your franchise to be worth a lot of money, you put a ton of money into the franchise. Now, I think San Diego's got a lot of unique areas too. And I think the other part of this is the fact that, it was such a quick turnaround from the Chargers leaving to the Seidler family really taking over, because they took over right before the Chargers left. And then to have the only show in town be the Padres, and then them put money into this organization, knowing that San Diego has always shown up when their organizations have tried. They don't even have to win. It would be nice if they won, right? It'd be nice if they won a World Series. I think they're working towards it, but this is what San Diego does when you try.
Yeah.
And you just spend money and you try to win. If for all the teams that have left San Diego, all of those teams never tried. They weren't trying to win. They weren't trying to make this the best place in town. They weren't trying to make their stadium state of the art. This organization tries to win. They try to put a good product on the field. They spend the money. They don't keep it. They put themselves in debt trying to spend the money to pump it into this team for you fans out there to enjoy really good baseball. And this is why we have this fan base now. This is why this franchise is valued so high. And this is why I think the Padres are in a really good position to continue to carry and be near the top of Major League Baseball every single year and be a consistent winner. On top of that, I also think the lifeblood of Major League Baseball is growing. I think the sport's getting better. And with owners, and this is not a Padres thing, this is outside, but the sooner they could get the owners like Fisher and Los Oclamento out, and the sooner they could get guys like Artie Moreno out, and as soon as they can get these families that don't spend the money because, we don't have the money to put into our team out, and you start getting new owners in baseball, it's going to make this even better. You put in a couple of rules with the salary cap and a floor, you got yourself a highly competitive league that is going to be any night. It doesn't matter what type of team you have or what your record is, and it's going to be a very popular sport in the United States. And as we talked about, they've had articles about how Major League Baseball is blowing past the NBA right now in terms of viewership, in terms of love affair, in terms of fandom. I mean, Major League Baseball is in a really good spot right now. They can't screw it up next year with the CBA. And baseball, baseball could screw up a ham sandwich. So it's not crazy that they could potentially mess this up. But right now, they're on a great trajectory to really make a push to being America's pastime again.
Yeah, for sure. And again, as you mentioned right at the start of that, when you turn around, there's only brown and yellow that I see out there. It's
very, very limited Tigers fans. Yeah. They got a good fan base. And I don't know how many times I'd go to opening weekend before this ownership and before the team was good. And it was like, time for a vacation for everybody from Cleveland to come down here. Time for all the Blue Jays fans to come down here. I mean, it's not even like, Dodger fans take over every stadium because they just have a gigantic fan base. And there's teams like that, like the Dallas Cowboys, right? But when you were having no offense to your Mets, and I know they make a lot of trips out to the West Coast. Mm-hmm. When you get the Mets taking over your stadium, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. I have seen only a handful of Tigers fans, and that's not because they don't believe in their team. That's not because they think they're going to lose. That's not because they're not a great fan base. It's just because the Padres fans aren't selling their tickets. They're keeping them. And when they do sell, they're selling. Other Padres fans want to be able to go to games. It is a hot commodity. It is a must-watch product, and it's a must-attend event here in San Diego.
Yeah, we got brown and gold as far as the eye could see. There's a little bit of black and orange there, but we're going to let that go. But other than that, we are in the middle of the payoff of spending money on your team. We are in the payoff right now. We're living in it. So when you see an owner not want to spend money on the team, it becomes very, very hard, especially when you're sitting in a small market where the owner did put in the time, did put in the effort to try to make this team a winner, and you're seeing everything that's going on around it. It is the place to be here on a Saturday afternoon, is down, not necessarily just at the ballpark, but in the vicinity of the ballpark as well, because there's so much stuff going on.
I know there's a lot of people that come down here just to hang out around the atmosphere of Petco Park that don't even go to the game. They come to the bars. They watch the game at the bars, right? They walk through the city after the game ends and pumps through, the gas lamp area.
We did it last night.
I mean, that was great. We did do it last night. The moonshine. I didn't see Tarek Scuba at Moonshine last night.
No, he was not there.
He was not there. We saw Crummer, though.
Yes.
Crumb was there. Crumb Cakes was there. Oh, wow. He's got a big red sliding glove.
Oh, God.
You see that?
Yes. Victor Scott II.
Victor Scott II has a Western Kentucky big red sliding mitt that only the softball team had. How did he get one of those? That's money. That's awesome.
Let's find out.
That's phenomenal.
I'll tell you.
Squirrel, but that's phenomenal.
I'll tell you when we're going to find out here. Hold on. We will find out how he got that.
Oh, when they come to town.
We're not going to have to wait too long. May 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Wow.
So we got a 4-day series to ask him how the heck he managed to snag one of those.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Yeah, we're going to have to go down and talk to him about that. That's awesome. I bet you he'd love to talk about that, too. Baseball players are like, when we go down and talk to guys, it's like those questions that they light up about. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What was your approach on there? I don't know. The same one it always is?
Hit the ball.
I was looking fastball, and then I adjusted on the changeup. I adjusted on the curveball. I mean, come on now. Come on now.
I swinged the bat, and I hit the ball.
Wow, we got wings, too.
There you go.
Wow. Look at that. We're out here at Far Corner. We are presented by Coors Light 2026, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. Again, if you come on down and join us today, we're at the East Village Block Party. We're getting closer to first pitch, getting closer to final game of the series. Padres announced a lineup yet?
Not that I've seen.
I haven't seen one yet
nor
either.
that I've honestly looked.
It's a 5:40 game tonight.
Yeah, so it is. It's an hour early. It is an hour earlier tonight. That is a big thing to mention. No, at least from MLB.com, we do not have a lineup.
Do not have a lineup yet, according to MLB.com. Still a little bit early. But if you come on down here and join us before the game, again, Gwen and Chris are coming on after us, or it's Matt Scraby. Is Chris coming down here? I think Chris and Scraby are going to be here.
I do not know.
Yeah, we never know. But they're going to be on after us at 2 o'clock here, and they're going to be giving away a prize pack too. But you got to be present to win. Come on down. Say hi to Jeff Hamby. Say hi to Ava. Say hi to Vanessa, our promo team, and get you signed up to potentially win this. We're giving away one big prize pack. 2 tickets to the game on Monday against the Giants. Michael King bobblehead. Signed Joe Musgrove baseball, autographed baseball signed by Joe, and a Padres belt bag. All of that in one gift package. We're announcing the winners of that the winner of that at 1:55 today as we sign off on the show. When we come back, we'll keep you updated on what's going on in Major League Baseball. We've talked a lot about the Padres. Haven't gotten to dive into some of the storylines that have been around Major League Baseball so far this season. We're going to get to that when we come back. Keep you updated on all the games that are going on around Major League Baseball and continue on the Braden Surprenant Show. Live from Far Corner on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
The NBA is sitting on a ticking time bomb right now, and it's all about Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, what's an update without talking about Giannis? The Milwaukee Bucks just made it crystal clear. Either Giannis signs a $275 million extension or they're trading him. There is no middle ground. But here's the problem. Milwaukee waited too long. This team is the 11 seed. They've had 3 straight early playoff exits, and their big move for Damian Lillard completely backfired. So now you're asking a 2-time MVP, a finals champion, and a guy who gave you everything to decide your future? That's not how this works. And the rest of the NBA, they're watching. The Lakers, the Warriors, the Heat, they're all lining up for a chance at Giannis because one move like that changes the entire league overnight. So here's the real question. Is Giannis staying loyal, or is this finally the end in Milwaukee? Let's start with the biggest story right now in the NBA. And honestly, the one that could reshape the entire league and one that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks on these updates, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Milwaukee Bucks, and heading toward a breaking point.
Yeah, the Bucks have made it clear either Giannis signs a 4-year, $275 million extension, or they trade him. No middle ground. No, let's see how this plays out. They're done. They're either signing him or they're done. And here's the problem. This isn't just about Giannis. What's really going on here is that the Bucks are 11th in the East, 3 straight early playoff exits, major roster gamble with Damian Lillard that failed ownership structure is complicated and possibly fractured. This is not a contending team anymore. It's a franchise at a crossroads, and they are kind of leaning on their star player to determine which direction they go in.
And the Bucks waited way too long. Here's the reality of the situation. Giannis gave Milwaukee everything. He gave him a championship. He gave him loyalty. He gave him his prime years. And now they're asking him to decide their future. That's backwards. If you're the Bucks, you should have either reloaded properly around him or traded him at peak value already. Now you're stuck in the worst spot in sports. You're not good enough to win, and you're not bad enough to rebuild cleanly. And everybody is waiting for the Bucks to make this decision. It's not just the Milwaukee story. Teams like the Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, the Miami Heat, they're all watching this. And why? Because Giannis is a league-altering player. If he moves, the entire power structure of the NBA shifts overnight. I mean, you look at this situation, it's really drastic to what the makeup of the league is going to be in the next handful of years, because Giannis is still that player, but the Bucks are in a worst situation possible in professional sports.
Yeah, they are in a worst case scenario moment right now, and there are a couple of other teams, and we'll say the Knicks in that fight for them too. I don't know how much they'd be willing to blow up the team they currently have to get him, but I mean, there are a lot of teams that are going to be very, very in on Giannis very, very quickly. I feel as though if and when he decides, you know what, I'm out playing here in Milwaukee, it's not worth it anymore.
Let's talk about what's going on around the league when it comes to the actual race in 2026. Some quick hitters, if you will. Let's start with Oklahoma City. I mean, they're the real deal. Best record in the league, 56-15. They're on an 11-game winning streak. Defense, #1 in the NBA. And this is no longer a team that's young and coming. They're here, and they're here to compete, and they're going to be good for a long time.
Yeah, they have taken what they did last year and just continued to build upon that, which is something that you really want to see out of an organization. You also have the San Antonio Spurs, who since the 1st of February are 21-2, and Victor Wembanyama closing games already looking like a superstar, the superstar that they were expecting him to be after they lost their big three, and it kind of signaling for the Spurs that their rebuild is over and they are genuinely contenders now.
You knew they weren't going to be, down for long.
No.
Spurs are usually near the top of the league, and when they drafted Wembanyama, they were going to be a contender very quickly. 21-2 since February 1st is really impressive. Yes. Tony Gwynn Jr.'s Lakers starting to heat up. 9-game winning streak, elite in clutch situations. Luka Doncic is taking over late in games. They're a dangerous playoff team that nobody wants to see. And now, Luka Doncic was supposed to serve a suspension because if you get 16 technical fouls, you do have to set out a game. They have now rescinded that last technical foul, so Luka is active, ready to go this week. But Lakers are really heating up at the right time. Yeah,
they absolutely are. However, injuries are still a major X factor, especially to these playoff teams. Big names like Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, Anthony Edwards are all still out. Back here on the Braden Surprenant Show, live from the East Village Block Party here at the Far Corner Restaurant. Frank Marchese, Braden Surprenant here. Braden?
I was ordering a pizza for you.
Yeah, we got pizza coming out now.
The one that they, their signature one is You're My Boy Blue.
Okay.
And so he was explaining to me, it's kind of like, it's got the blueberry on there. It's got the pear. It's got the guanciale, whatever it's called. I forget. Guanciale. A little carbonara.
We're all in there.
It's petite basil. And then it was like this gorgonzola kind of goat cheese deal on there. Pretty fancy. Got some fancy pizza. What's up? Love the shirt. We got a Scrabydator shirt too. It's great.
I now know what I need to hit, by the way.
What do we have to hit?
I need to top 66.
Okay. That's
his
what
max? I need to do.
Sammy Lev got 66?
Yeah, he was 66.
That needs to be a challenge. Yeah. Here's what I said, though. I told Frank this off air about this pitch getting clocked over there.
Yes.
I don't want to see you throw 62 and then get super upset about it and then start hucking it and then blowing out your arm.
Brother, I'm going to start hucking it anyway.
Yeah, it's
but
fair.
Sam had 3 pitches. He did 3 pitches per turn. So if I don't know what the thing is out there, I don't know what the deal is, but I would assume it's more than one. I'm not going to do it more than one time because I do get competitive. I will get angry.
I
know that if I don't beat him, I'm going to be even more angry.
Oh, man. Does he know you're about to try this?
Yes, I just told him.
Oh, that's great. We got to film this for.
100%.
We got to film this.
100%.
I got to do it just for fun too. I should start getting warmed up. Unlike you, I can't play Mondays without an arm. I have to be careful about this. I'm getting up there in age, man. 31.
How do you think those fake cars drive, dude?
That's true.
I need to turn that wheel, dude. I got to get down into the corner.
You can't do that with a bad UCL?
No, got to get down into the corner, got the force feedback up high. It's going to jolt back in my arm. Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah, don't need that at all. All right, let's talk about what's going on around Major League Baseball until we get a lineup, which I haven't seen one yet. It's still kind of early, though, for a lineup. Although we got one.
Yeah, we got it early. We got it around this time yesterday. It was an hour later.
That's true. It was an hour later. We have no lineup yet. I haven't seen one, at least.
No, I'm only seeing matchups on MLB.com. Twitter, though, is a little bit quicker usually.
Yeah, Twitter's on it. You got like Kevin Acey's walking in there, takes a picture in the clubhouse. Well, it usually comes out when the clubhouse
opens up.
All right, around Major League Baseball today. How about Dylan Cease having a good day, huh? Strikes out 11 A's.
Woo.
11 A's today.
So it's Los Oclamento. Let's calm it down.
I just said, did I say Oclamento or Oakland? I just said the A's.
No, I'm saying it's Los Oclamento.
Los Oclamento A's.
Let's not make it seem like he struck out the 27 Yankees.
Hey, you thought they were going to be better though. You like a lot of their young players. You got some good players in that lineup. They're not terrible. 11 strikeouts, still pretty impressive though.
No, it definitely is.
Did you see the? I didn't see that. Did you see the?
Jacob deGrom gets scratched from his start today.
Yeah, because one of my friends is a Texas Rangers fan, and he texted me this morning, and he's from that area. Okay, he's a Rangers, Cowboys, Mavericks, all that. Well, he used to be a Mavericks fan, and then they traded Luka, and hasn't supported them since.
Right.
So, which I feel is justified.
100%.
So he sends a text.
You got to add that to the commandments.
Yeah.
The team does something just so outrageous that you can no longer support the team in good conscience.
I could see that. That got one of my friends out of being a Pirates fan to being a Padres fan when they got rid of McCutchen the first time. He was like, "I'm done with this. I'm done with this team.
I cannot do this anymore."
Okay, so did you see C.J. Abrams on opening day?
Heard about this? You read about this?
On Thursday, he crushed the ball to the right field, and he got thrown at second because
the wind was swirling so much.
He thought it was gone.
Yeah.
And so he started, jogging it a little bit, and then he got hosed at second base.
They showed the wind on that, and it was so weird. It's so weird to see how the wind was moving because it comes in from both sides of the scoreboard, comes down, and then starts swirling up. And it goes across itself. Meanwhile, it's going out of the stadium from both ways when it's higher. They were showing the track of that ball. It was supposed to be out of Wrigley Field.
Yeah,
and he was out at second.
StatCast projected 361 feet to right at 110 miles an hour. That ball's never not out.
Exactly.
In fact, it would have been a home run in 28 out of the 30 MLB ballparks, but one of them was Wrigley Field, and that's where he happened to be playing. Abrams paused to watch the ball before getting out of the box. And here's the best part. He still hit 30.5 feet per second, which is considered elite base running, elite speed out of C.J. Abrams. He still got thrown out at second on the outfield relay.
To put that into perspective, by the way, we have failed to mention this, which is a bad job on our part. Jackson Merrill had a hell of a day yesterday.
He did have a great day yesterday. It was good to have him back.
The home run robbery immediately leads off the next inning with a double, has another hit later on in the game. I mean, that was fantastic. He had a great day yesterday. He hit, I think it was 26.9 feet per second, tracking that ball down into center field for the home run robbery. So that just kind of puts into perspective how quick C.J. Abrams got going again when he realized that he was not going to – that ball was not leaving.
Jackson Merrill did have a great day yesterday. He had the home run robber you mentioned. He roped the double. I mean, hopefully he's getting back in the swing of things. It was good to see him hit like that yesterday against a lefty, too.
Yeah.
But remember, we talked about it. He's not bad against lefty starters.
There were only 2 guys that had 2 hits yesterday for the Padres. Jackson Merrill and Jake Cronenworth.
Yeah, Cronenworth had a couple of knocks.
Those are the only 2 guys that got hits, and those are the only 2 lefties in the lineup.
And they're both lefties.
Yep.
They're both lefties. That's crazy. That's a crazy stat. But you know what? It's good to see out of some of these guys. I like Jake Cronenworth batting at the bottom of the order.
Yes.
I think he's going to flip it. Him batting 8th, I think kind of takes it away a little bit with Camposano batting 9th.
Hello, bless you.
Excuse me. But when you have him at the bottom of the order being a pest down there and being able to hit and still being a threat that they have to worry about, then to flip it to Fernando, I love that lineup.
Yes.
Camposano had a rough day yesterday. 0 for 3 for 3 strikeouts. I know it's one day, but the reality of the situation is, they're going to give him every opportunity to have success this year. And he's off to but the thing is, the fans aren't going to give him that long of a leash.
No,
because when we talked about it at the beginning of camp, it's like, hey, this is his best opportunity to succeed. If he can use these assets properly, he could be a good piece for the Padres. And everybody was like, I'm tired of watching this guy. You can't have performances like last night. Yeah, you get a couple, but
yeah, it's okay. It's okay to hold him accountable. You also have to hold him to reasonable expectations. And not to say that get and hit is not a reasonable expectation, because it is. He is feeling that also.
Right.
He has not gotten a hit in Major League Baseball in 2 years, a year and a half. So he is feeling that pressure also. So it's not just you guys, the fan base, that's piling on him to get a hit. He's doing it to himself. There's no one out there right now that wants him to get a hit more than him. He's trying so hard to get that hit, and once he does, you're going to see a completely different Luis Camposano, because I'm sure that is mostly what he is thinking about getting to the plate is, I got to break this over. I got to break this over. I got to break this over. I'm running out of chances. The second he does it, it's going to be like a weight lifted off of his shoulder, I'm sure.
Right. Here's the thing, too. Some people want to just move on from Luis Camposano. He doesn't cost you a ton of money. You need a backup catcher. Hey, he was money on the challenges yesterday.
Yes.
He was 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
That led to strikeouts.
Both of them led to strikeouts.
Right.
Yes,
that's huge.
That is a big thing to note.
Not
is that
bad.
Both of them led to strikeouts.
Right. Not bad out of your backup catcher. For me, it's been pretty money on that in spring training, but that might be some value there. You never know.
You would also hope that Camposano would perform that way with the ABS system, because he had it last year in El Paso.
Right,
He's got a lot more experience with it. And the one that he missed was like a pixel off of the plate, so out of the zone. So yes, it is a tough watch. It's a rough watch to watch Luis Camposano going through what he is going through right now. But another thing that you have to remember is the Padres clearly have belief in him, because there's no immediate backup plan. There's no one from the minor leagues.
Coming up.
There's no one from the minor leagues that is major league ready to replace him. You're going to have to ride this out at least until he either kicks out or until the Padres sign somebody that's major league ready that could take his place.
I also think, how much of a downgrade is he compared to what you had last year as a back? Is Martín Maldonado? Would you rather watch Martín Maldonado get at bats?
No.
I think Luis Camposano could run into one every once in a while, right? He's proven it in AAA. He might be a 4A guy, but
he got so spoiled with Kyle Higashioka as far as the backup catcher situation goes.
Well, they also had, and 1 year was Gary Sanchez. They picked off waivers, right? The Yankees cut him. He wasn't good enough for the Yankees, and then he went on a power hitting spree
too.
Yeah, it just wasn't great. So, overall, I didn't think Camposano was a gigantic problem yesterday.
No,
but he needs to be better at the plate. I was curious why they flipped them so early, like you and not have Fermin go 2 days in a row. But we got to get to break.
Yeah, you're going to have both of your guys play in the first series. It's just a matter of when.
I thought for sure Campusano would play today instead of yesterday. I thought it was kind of the quick turnaround.
He was going to play one of the three.
Right, and then they have off day on Sunday, and we'll see what they do against the Giants. When we come back, keep you updated on what's going on in Major League Baseball. It's our final segment. Again, last kind of chance to come down, fill out one of these cards in order to potentially win our grand prize, which is 2 tickets to the Padres game on March 30th, a Michael King bobblehead, a Joe Musgrove signed baseball, and a Padres belt bag. You win all of that at the end of the show at 1:55. Gwen and Chris are coming up after us. This is the Braden Surprenant Show live from Four Corner on 97.3 The Fan.
UCSD baseball just made a statement, and people should start paying attention. The Tritons took 2 of 3 from UC Riverside, dropped 12 runs on Friday, 14 on Sunday, and showed this offense can explode at any moment. Oh, and head coach Eric Newman just became the winningest coach in program history. That's not just a milestone. That's a program leveling up. But here's the real question. Are they actually contenders right now in the Big West? Because the offense is there, no doubt about it. The concern, though, defense, pitching consistency, and closing games clean. Kind of a very familiar situation here in San Diego. Now they got to match up with a ranked Oregon team coming up, and that's the test. If UCSD shows up in that game, this team might not just be improving, they might be arriving. It was a statement weekend for UCSD baseball, taking 2 of 3 from UC Riverside in their Big West home opener series, and Friday night was the headline moment.
Yeah, absolutely. A 12-6 win powered by a 6-run inning and a grand slam from Delshawn Lanier. But the big story, head coach Eric Newman, congratulations on becoming the winningest coach in program history, collecting his 455th win, passing Dan O'Brien. So congratulations to Coach Newman, who we had on just a couple of weeks ago, on reaching that milestone.
Yeah, on Saturday, UCSD stumbled 9-4, largely due to a brutal 5-run inning fueled by defensive miscues, a theme that showed some cracks in this team. But Sunday, they answered back. A 10-run third inning explosion to lead to a 14-10 victory, securing the series and showcasing just how dangerous this offense can be when it clicks. I mean, the offense is legit. 12 runs on Friday, 14 runs on Sunday, multiple players producing. Klepsch, Crossland, Costello, Lanier. I mean, this is not a one-man show. It's a lineup that can snowball innings quickly, and we saw that twice in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you have guys who can feed off of each other the way that quartet can, it does lead to big games like we've seen over the course of the weekend. I mean, 26 runs in 2 games, that is a lot. Forget about just D1 college. That's a lot for the minor leagues and for the pros as well. So they are a very, very legit offense, but there are still some worrying signs with the Tritons baseball program.
Yeah, there's still some concerns. I mean, the defensive errors need to be fixed, obviously. You can't leave that many runners on base either. I mean, 12 stranded on Saturday. That's probably a big reason why they were unable to get a victory and potentially sweep UCR. And then pitching inconsistencies in key innings, which is very much a common concern for most teams in college baseball. So the team can score with anyone. The question is whether they can consistently control games, and that's going to be a big factor in the Big West. And coming up next for baseball, they get a major test, a midweek matchup against the 21st ranked Oregon Ducks, and they're a really good baseball team out of the Big Ten. It's very much a measuring stick game. Midweek games are always kind of crazy in itself. Can that explosive offense show up against a ranked opponent, and can the pitching tighten up against the league competition?
Yeah, that is going to be a very, very difficult, very, very difficult question to ask for this team. Anything can happen in the midweek, as you said. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what the Tritons can do coming into this week.
Let's talk about softball. On the flip side, it was a rough weekend for Triton softball against Cal State Fullerton. They lost 8-7 despite a late homer in the game. They swept in Sunday's doubleheader 4-0, 7-1, and they're now on a 4-game losing streak. Offense has shown flashes, but they're struggling to capitalize with runners on base and recover from big innings by opponents.
Yeah, 8-7 loss on Friday. 4-0 on 4-0 on Sunday. Sorry, the first game that's 8-7 loss was on Saturday, and then the doubleheader lost 4-0 in the first game and 7-1 in the second game against Cal State Fullerton. So now you have Long Beach over the weekend, Friday, and then a doubleheader on Saturday against Long Beach. So Long Beach State. So it's not been going all that well for UC San Diego softball so far.
Now, baseball's off to a great start. 5-1 in conference play. It's not a fluke. The offense powerful enough to carry the team, as we've talked about. And they're proving they can win series, but championship level teams don't just score. They execute clean baseball, and playing in a conference like the Big West, they're going to have to do that. So they feel like a dangerous team, not yet a complete one for the Tritons over there in La Jolla. If they clean up the errors and tighten the pitching, this team could legitimately compete at the top of the Big West sooner than expected in 2026.
Far corner here at the gas lamp at the East Village block party. It's going to be a great time the rest of the day. This is our last segment of the day. We're going to have Gwen and Chris coming on after us. Matt Scraby will be down here. We got a Scrabinator shirt in the house. Love to see it. The Braden Surprenant Show shirt. Thanks again for the support, guys. We really appreciate it. Last chance. Now we're giving away a prize pack here in about 15 minutes or so.
Yep.
You got to sign up over here to my left with Jeff Hamby and Vanessa and Ava. Once you fill that out, you have a chance to win. Must be present to win. Only competing against people that filled it out the last 2 hours. But what you could potentially be winning: 2 tickets to the Padres game on March 30th, a Michael King bobblehead, a Joe Musgrove signed baseball, and a Padres belt bag. All in one.
Yes.
One giveaway. It's this. Now, we're going to get to the Padres lineup in a second, but I do want to try some of this pizza. This is some good stuff right here. I don't know if we can show it off. I'm going to try. You know what? Here, this is what we'll do. We'll flip my screen on here. There it is. Okay, so we have two pizzas here. This one's award-winning, apparently. We have this You're My Boy Blue, which is right here. It's got pears, it's got petite basil, it's got like a gorgonzola, it's got the guanciale, and it's got blueberries on it, which I heard is incredible. A little hot honey on the crust. And then this other one, we were talking with Max, the owner, and Max said people have been begging him to put potatoes on the pizza.
Okay.
The potatoes on the pizza. So he has a potato that he put smashed potatoes on the pizza that was that they put a yellow mustard or like a deli mustard around it, and it's got like a little cream sauce, right? And it's got the guanciale, which they always put on. It's got fresh dill, some green onions, and then this right here, smoked trout eggs on the pizza. They said it's phenomenal.
Well, there you go.
All right, so we'll go back to the main one here. Frank's waiting for his slice of cheese. He has to only evaluate the cheese.
Yes.
So I'm going to dive in on this real quick.
I think we might have it, actually.
Here it comes.
Speak of the devil.
There's the cheese, the classic cheese for Frank.
On
We
the
love
way.
it. I got to try some of this on air right now. All right, I'm going for this is award-winning.
Okay.
That's delightful. The saltiness of the potato.
Thank you.
Mixed with the dill. Oh, it's amazing.
I'll tell you right now, the crust is already, you've already got me going here with that.
All right.
Here's
Here's the cheese pizza for
You're
Frank.
on my good side already. Yeah, I know.
That's a solid slice of cheese
exactly.
right there.
Lazy, boring on my part. I know.
Frank's a simple man. All right, Frank's going to dive into the cheese pizza here. See what he got. What's our that's a good bite. Didn't flop at all. Cheese didn't fall off the pizza. People in the YouTube chat want to know if you need a fork and knife.
No.
Is that New Yorker approved right there?
That is New Yorker approved.
Wow, New Yorker approved pizza out here.
Nate, you're about to get a chat ban with the fork and knife deal.
How about that? That looks good. I'm going to have some of that.
Yeah, no, that is very, very good.
All right, I got to try this one. So
that is approved.
This is what I need to explain. about the You're My Boy Blue Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So our guy Jeff Hamby, who's out here working his ass off, getting people qualified here, everything like that, he said that when he talked to us on Friday, whatever it was, when we were at studio, he said, hey, I'm going to be there with you guys on Saturday. Can't wait to get down to Far Corner because of how good the pizza is. He's like, I have been dreaming about this pizza for 6 months, and I couldn't wait to crush this when I got here. And that's exactly what he did. You're My Boy Blue Pizza. Now I got to try this. This is the one that Jeff Hamby says he dreams about for months. That's how good it is.
Yeah, no, this is very, very good. It's not overdone, too. It's perfect. Honestly,
Oh,
it's
that's
cooked
great.
to perfection.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Oh, the gorgonzola and the pear. Are you kidding me?
This is what I needed to get over 66. This is exactly what I needed.
You need the pizza?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Needed the muscle for it.
Need the extra calories. All right. Enough pizza talk. We're about 10 minutes out. The Rays are about to knock off the Cardinals, by the way. Cardinals had a 4-0 lead. Got a 4-0 lead.
It's another blown save there. Ryan Stanek, who's actually still in the game.
You lost this for us, buddy. You're going to wear it now.
Real quick, guys, if I may interrupt you. You have
May
a
as well.
Padres lineup is
Yes,
up and
yes,
ready.
we do.
And
Yes, we have
I will
a
let you
Padre
do the
lineup
honors.
that is out.
All right. Let's get to the Padres lineup.
Yes.
This is what we wanted to get to. Very interesting lineup for the Padres today. I like it. We knew this was going to happen, though, right? We knew they were going to give Jake Cronenworth an opportunity to bat leadoff. And today, Jake Cronenworth is going to bat leadoff and play second base for the Padres. Fernando Tatis Jr. is batting second, playing right field. Manny Machado is playing third, batting third. Jackson Merrill in the cleanup spot plays center field. Xander Bogaerts bats fifth, plays shortstop. Gavin Sheets batting sixth at first base. Batting seventh in the left field is Ramon Laureano. Nick Castellanos is the DH today, and he bats eighth. And then Freddie Fermin will catch and bat ninth today for the Padres. So a couple of things. One, you got Jake Cronenworth in the leadoff spot, which I think he was probably going to do against right-handers. Number two, you get to see Castellanos in a start now for the Padres as a DH. It was only a matter of time. I thought for sure, because some people were already complaining about Nick Castellanos not being in the starting lineup after 2 days when he's going against lefties.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be yesterday, but after we saw what Ty France's numbers were against Valdez.
He looked better against Valdez in his career. You have him start. And Castellanos is not great against left-handers in comparison. He's not like Miguel Andujar, who rakes left-handers, and he got brought in here to go against lefties. He is a guy that is a little bit okay against lefties, but that's not his specialty. That's why it's not surprising. That's why I'm not surprised that he's in the righty lineup. This is the first righty lineup we've seen, right? Because the first two guys were lefties. And so I think this is going to be a more common lineup to see for the Padres moving forward. And I like Jake Cronenworth at 9. I also like him in the leadoff spot. At least you give somebody in front of Fernando wherever it may be. And I like Jake batting in front of Fernando, whether it be 9 or now 1 with Fernando batting second. I think it really opens up the door for the Padres to have a big day today.
Yeah, it's not a big departure from what we've seen over the last 2 days. Now, moving Bogaerts down a little bit, he had a lot of hard hit balls on opening day. Those were a little bit more laxed yesterday. But even still, I don't think I've seen him hit a ball in the infield. Oh my God! Speaking of squirrel.
Oh no. Brought an animal in front of Frank, dude.
Squirrel with dyed hair too, like the ears were dyed too. But anyway, I don't think I've seen Xander hit a ball in the infield all season so far. I mean, he has hit everything to the outfield.
He's hit some serious hard line drives.
He's hitting everything to the outfield. He's hitting everything hard. So he's having a quality year. Surprised to see him move down as a result of this lineup change, but still, I mean, a solid lineup. I really don't have a complaint. And again, we saw it. We were going to see this early in the season. This is where you're learning now. You're trying to figure this out.
Yeah, and as of right now, I think people are trying to find ways to criticize Craig Stammen through 2 games.
Yes.
I mean, we could talk about the decision to have Estrada pitch last night in the 8th inning, but the reality is, who else is pitching there in the 8th inning? And I understand, like, hey, we're going to bring in Wandy Peralta. Why don't you bring in Mason Miller for a 4-out save? If they don't want him doing 4-out saves this early in the season, I'm okay with that.
That's back-to-back nights for Wandy Peralta as well. That's something that we haven't talked about. He pitched a good amount on Thursday night, and now you have him come back and pitch again, not with a clean slate either. He came in with the bases loaded after getting 3 walks.
Right. And those aren't his walks. Those are Estrada's walks.
Right.
But as of right now with the bullpen, Miller's your closer. We've been through 2 games already. We don't know what his new closing song is because we haven't been able to see him out there. But
today's the day, folks.
Yeah, today's the day. Yeah, today will be the day the Padres score 15 runs and win 15-2, and then they don't even need to use Miller. He's going to have a week off before the season starts. So, Miller's your closer. Morejon has been your guy, like, whatever the biggest inning is in terms of who's coming up, and that's just going to be floating, I guess, throughout the year. And so you need somebody to really be your setup guy. And with Jason Adam being out until they get to Pittsburgh, it's coming down to like David Morgan, or it's a Bradley Rodriguez, or it's a Jeremiah Estrada, you could go down the list. There's question marks about all those guys. It's not going to be Kyle Hart.
Right.
It's not going to be Ron Marinaccio. It's not going to be Wandy Peralta, right? So you have to find somebody, and out of that category, before you let Bradley, and I think Bradley eventually will be a back end of the bullpen guy, but I don't think he's ready. I don't think the Padres are ready to throw him into it now, especially since he also pitched opening day. He pitched 2 innings, so you weren't going to use him. David Morgan pitched on opening day. I don't think you put David Morgan in that spot. The only guy you go to is Estrada. So when you're thinking about decision-making, you're upset with Craig Stammen bringing in Estrada because it didn't work, not because it was the wrong decision.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's a classic hindsight argument. It's backseat driving. You're armchair managing at that point. So I mean, you look at. I don't mind. You take a look at what we talk about with Joe Musgrove.
Yeah.
You're okay with the Padres saving him and saving up pitches at the end of the season. But you're not okay with it with Mason Miller when they're doing the exact same thing.
Right.
This is not a Josh Hader situation where he refuses to pitch more than 3 outs. They are trying to save him for games that really matter.
Right.
This is a loss. Are you going to remember anything about this game on May 17th?
If the Padres are in last place by 8 games, I might. But no, probably not.
No, this game is going to get lost in the shuffle. You are not going to remember this
Here's
game.
the other thing, too. The Padres started the season off, 7-0 last year?
Yes.
I forgot about that probably 15 times.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot that they played Cleveland.
They did. I forgot about that series, too.
I'm sitting there.
They swept Cleveland in that opening series still.
I'm sitting there in August. I'm like, when are we playing Cleveland? And then I look back at the schedule. I'm like, we
already played Cleveland.
You're good. You're making a big deal out of a series that you're more or less going to forget about in a month.
Right, 100%. So we are
It's also an interleague series, too. It's not like you did this against Arizona where it's going to hurt you in the standings.
It's not a divisional game. It's not a national
series.
league. This is the least of your worries in terms of, tiebreakers and everything like that. So this is what we got. We're done for the day. Gwynn and Chris coming up next. Chris Ello's here.
We're going another minute.
We got another minute. No, there's the music. We're out.
Okay.
We're going to announce today's winner as we go to break. Thanks to everybody out here at Park Corner. Chris Ello, Matt Scraby joining us, are taking over next. It's been a fun day. Enjoy Padres baseball. You guys are great. We'll talk to you on Monday. Braden Surprenant Show, Second Sports Station 97.3 The Fan.